This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here today with Marion from Chateau de la Négly in La Clape in Languedoc, and we are here in Les Cabanes de Fleury, a small little seaside town. We're just having a lovely lunch of seafood, and we've just been tasting your wines. So, for those of our viewership who are unfamiliar with what you as a family do in La Clape, please tell us a little about the history of your family's house.
Yeah, for sure. So my family started working in the wine business not so old, I would say. We start our first vintage in 1991. My property was first of all a holidays house, so not really for the wine business.
It's a nice house for holidays.
Yes, pretty nice. And my dad started working in the wine and changing the philosophy into the quantity to quality. First of all, La Clape appellation was wine for quantity, not for quality. So we changed the grapes, we rebuilt the cellar, and we start working in the good way, with the philosophy of working with the soil, with the weather, with the appellation. So we start really working with what the soil gave to us.
Now, how would you describe the soils on your property?
The soil is pretty great. I think the most important things in the La Clape appellation is the weather. We are about 10 kilometers away from the sea, so we have a big influence with humidity. So it's complicated with disease, for example, botrytis, because the humidity is very important. But when we work on the good way and we protect a lot our grapes, we have this type of iodies, like minerality, saltiness, which is really different with the other part in La Clape appellation.
And what is the soil composition on your property?
It's mainly clay.
Okay.
Clay, pretty dry, really rocky, mainly clay.
And you're actually one of the larger producers in La Clape.
Yeah, I think we are in the top 5. We own now approximately 125 hectares.
Right, that's quite sizable.
Yeah.
And which grapes are you growing?
For the red, it's mainly the typical grapes like Carignan, Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre. And we try some different stuff, which is Senso and old Carignan, 65 years old. And for the white, is typically Bourboulen, Marsanne, Roussanne.
And how many wines do you make?
We have now 4 rosé, 4 white, and 9 reds. Right. So from entry level, medium to top cuvée.
And how many bottles do you produce in any one year?
In total, usually for the average, it's around 500,000 bottles.
Okay, and your top cuvée have been quite seriously awarded.
Yeah.
There's some pretty serious wines. I wasn't aware that there were wines from La Clape of that kind of stature.
Yeah, Le Clos des Truffiers, 2001, get 100 points from the Wine Advocate.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was the first time a Languedoc wine gets this type of rate. So
that's
pretty
quite
proud.
Good bragging rights for you there. Yeah,
pretty proud.
How do you think people's impressions, world-wise, people's impressions of the Languedoc have been changing over the last, say, 2 decades?
It's changing a lot because in the mind of international people, for example, Languedoc was just for volume, volume, entry level, a tiny price, and there were just two appellations in France, Bordeaux, Bourgogne. Bordeaux, Bourgogne. And now in the mind of many people, Languedoc wine are creating great wine, great package, and I think the first word will be innovation. We try new grapes, we try new aging process, new vinification, we try a lot of stuff, and I think Languedoc-Roussillon in general is changing. Winemakers are younger, and we try to change the way to make the wine in the vineyard and in the cellar.
And what do you see in the future for your house, actually? What going forward, what plans do you have?
In the future, we will try to keep our quality, and I think the best will be to be organic.
Okay. Now that is a challenge in this region.
It's challenging because really, to be honest, from now, if the property become organic, I think the wine will be changing a bit.
Right. As in the style would have to change?
Yeah, but we didn't want to change it because the style, we loved it. It's like we personally like the wine, and this is how the people like our wine. So we will try to be organic because we are, I think, really concerned by the environment, the planet, and the future. So we will try to be organic with the same style of wine. I think this will be a big challenge.
It will be a challenge though, because of the humidity here.
Yeah.
Your problems with fungal stuff like oidium or botrytis is quite an issue, right? So
Yeah.
how do you get around that if you're wanting to go organic?
I don't know, maybe starting really step by step. So trying some new stuff in the vineyard. I mean, we don't need to have the logo on the label.
Yes,
organic.
I understand.
This is not for market. This is for us.
I understand,
So we will try in every step. First of all, in the vineyard because the soil are the more important, and then in the cellar to add less possible product as possible.
Well, thank you very much for having lunch with us today, and thank you for joining us at Good Food Revolution. Hopefully we'll be back here sometime soon because it's quite gorgeous.
Thank you.
Super. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.